Good morning, students. Today we are going to study Chapter 1 of Supplementary Reader The Lost Child by Mulk Raj Anand. It is a story about one such boy who is alike all the children of his age, who easily get attracted by little things around them and want to buy those things. But a twist arises in the story and the child could not be tempted by anything offered to him. While reading the chapter, refer to the meanings of new words given at the end of every page. Let's begin. It was a day of spring festival and all the villagers were going brightly dressed to a fair. Some were walking, some rode on horses, and some were being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. A little boy and his parents were also among them. The kid was excited and thrilled to see the small toy shops on the way. He got attracted towards toys displayed in the shop, and that would slow down his walk. His eyes were glued to the toys, but he had to obey his parents. As he moved towards his parents, he could not resist asking them to buy him a toy, even though he knew very well that his parents would only stare at him and not buy him anything. The boy's father looked angrily at him, but the mother was not too hard on him. She, somewhat soft, and tried to divert his attention by pointing towards the mustard fields in front of them. The fields looked like melting gold and spread out for miles and miles. One could see dragonflies with their purple wings and black bees. The child started looking at these flying insects in the air. He would then try to go near the insect to catch it, and just when he thought he had almost reached it, it would flutter its wings and fly off. In doing so, he would step out into the field, and the mother would then call out to come and join them on the pavement. Again, finding him left behind, the parents now sat on the edge of a well under the shade of some trees and called out to him. The child again ran towards them. As he went close to them, a shower of flowers fell upon him from a grove. He now got attracted towards the flowers, which were falling like rain, and started gathering the petals. So engrossed was that he forgot about his parents. Just then he heard the cooing of doves and he ran towards his parents, and the petals fell off from his hands. The parents beckoned him again. This time the child started running wildly around the banyan tree. The parents now picked him up and took the narrow winding path which led to the fair through the mustard fields. At last they reached the fair, and a large crowd of people left the boy confused. He was happy and bewildered at the same time because he had never faced such a huge crowd ever. He saw a sweetmeat seller at the entrance and was tempted to have the burfi displayed on the counter, as it was his favorite sweet. He demanded the sweet half heartedly because he knew that instead of buying it for him, his parents would term him greedy. So he moved on and soon came across a flower seller. Fascinated by the gulmohar garlands, he again made a faint demand of flowers. But he knew well that his parents would not buy anything. Moving on, he saw a balloon seller. He was thrilled to see the brightly colored balloons, but knew that his parents would not buy one for him because they thought that he was too old to play with balloons. Next, a snake charmer playing a flute drew his attention. The child moved him a little bit, but withdrew his steps because he knew that his parents had forbidden him to hear such rough music. On moving ahead, the child was charmed by a roundabout in full swing. Failing to resist his desire, he made a bold request to his parents to let him go on the roundabout. Now, here comes the turning point. The child did not get any reply, so he turned to look at his parents. They were not to be seen anywhere near him. He got extremely scared and started crying. He ran here and there but could not find them. Then he rushed in panic to a shrine which was crowded with people. A man heard his cries and rescued him from being trampled. Lifting the little boy in his arms, the kind man asked him how had he got there and whose baby he was. The scared child did not answer and kept crying and asking for his parents. The good man tried to soothe him and took him to the roundabout offering to get him a ride on the horse. But the child did not want anything else other than his mother and father. The man took the inconsolable child to the snake charmer, the balloon seller, and the flower seller one by one. He offered to fulfill all his wishes that he had made just a little while ago. But the child turned down all the offers. He just wanted his parents and nothing else. And he kept on crying and crying. Now, all the things which he wanted earlier had lost the charm in his life because he knew that the parents were more loving than all those things. So, students, the story is based on the theme of close bond that children share with their parents. In the chapter, the psychology of the child is portrayed beautifully. The lost child forgets all about his desires and yearns deeply for his parents when he fails to find them. Everything else loses its significance, and the only thing that matters is his wish to be reunited with his parents.